Some candlestick patterns are completely useless, but the inside bar is not one of them. Today I was able to lock in an $1,100 profit from an inside bar breakout. So in this video, I'm going to talk about what exactly an inside bar is, how to trade an inside bar breakout, and then I'm going to explain where exactly I bought this stock and where I sold it in order to make this profit. Let's get right into it. Now this trade came straight out of our trade plans. At Master the Market, every single night we post 3 detailed trade plans so that our team of traders has these plans, allowing them to come into the market prepared to take on some trades every day. And what we were looking for with this trade plan and with this setup was the fact that there was an inside bar with an inside bar breakout being above the $3 level. That area was acting as resistance, so if it was able to start clearing above that level, I was going to be a buyer for this based on these trade plans. And ideally, strong enough volume will come back into this, giving it an opportunity to run back to 4+, but there should be room to scalp a quick 10 to 15% regardless. Now, if we take a look at the daily chart, this is the time frame that I prefer to look at when I'm looking for these inside bar breakouts. Since we have stocks in the small cap market that are spiking regularly 50%, 100%, even 200%, we often end up getting these inside bar setups that end up moving multiple days in a row. So what we're seeing with MTEN is the fact that this was trading on Thursday, kind of within this range here. Obviously, we have a low, we have a high, and this is the entire candle's range. Now, the following day, what we can see is that the candle actually closes completely within the range of that previous day's range. In other words, this bar is trading completely within the range of the previous bar, making it an inside bar. And when we have this inside bar, what we're looking for then is going to be an inside bar breakout, which is simply going to be a move above the inside bar's high. So in this case, to be exact, we would be looking for a move above $2.88. Now we can see that over the past 3 days, really, this $3 area was kind of acting as tough resistance. So that's why in the trade plans, I was stating that I was looking specifically for a move above $3 in order to get into this inside bar breakout. And we can see today that this ended up having a big spike from that $3 area all the way up to a high of $5.65. So a really big trade opportunity today for those that were paying attention to this simple candlestick pattern, and for our team of traders that were paying attention to the trade plans from last night. Now, to be completely transparent with you guys, I actually completely missed out on the inside bar breakout. So that's actually not what led me to buy into this morning. That inside bar breakout really started to happen pretty much right away at the market open. It was consolidating here around that $3 area. And there were a few opportunities to buy in for that setup. But that being said, it really didn't start to pick up any significant momentum until about an hour later. And we see that this starts to, get stronger volume coming in, starts to, again, pick up some momentum. And when I actually looked to buy this was right here at about 10:18. Once we started to dip back down, I was already seeing this pick up some momentum. It was very clearly above the inside bar breakout level at that point. And what I see happen is that this past high starts to actually act as a little bit of support, right? So we have this high, the stock breaks above it, pulls back here, bounces, pulls back once again, holds above that high, and then picks up momentum. So anytime we have a stock that is, forming a high or forming resistance, and then we get a breakout above that high or above that resistance, and then it turns that past resistance into a bit of support, that is a bullish signal for the stock, and that is exactly what led me to actually buy into this for this kind of intraday momentum trade. So although I didn't initially buy into the inside bar breakout because I was paying attention to other stocks, this still ended up being a really solid inside bar breakout trade that I was able to capitalize on. So I bought into this dip here. I added some more shares as it was picking up momentum through the high of day. And then just a few minutes later, I was already starting to scale out in the $4.50 to $5 range. And this kind of just goes to show that you don't need to be able to buy at the exact bottom, sell at the exact top in order to make money in the stock market. If you know what you're looking for and you have strategies that are going to be consistent and profitable, you only need to make a small portion of the move in order to make a really solid profit. So again, just with this small portion of the move and with a few minutes of my time, I was able to lock in an $1,100 profit because this stock was on my radar in the first place for that inside bar breakout, and then it started to pick up some momentum from that breakout happening. And I think a really good example of this, not needing to buy the exact bottom and sell the exact top, is going to be seen if we just take a look at the scanners. For example, today in the top percent gainers, we have RGNT, which is up 160%, CUPR, which is up about 160%. We have CAST up 150%, and so on and so forth, with many stocks up 100%, 50%. And if you think about it, with these large intraday ranges, all of this volatility, all of these big percent gains, even if you're just capturing a small portion of that move with the strategies that you use, you're going to be able to make really solid profits, especially when you compare that to the general market that might only return 10% over an entire span of a year. So all of that being said, that was how I traded this inside bar breakout. Always pay attention if you have a stock that has had a lot of big movement in the past and is now starting to consolidate, set up for that inside bar breakout, because you can end up getting a really solid explosive move that follows, especially if we see volume coming back into the stock, just like we saw today with MTEN. So anyway, I hope you found some value in this video, and if you did, please make sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you're tired of missing out on moves like we saw with MTEN and these inside bar breakouts, we have setups like this in our trade plans all of the time, so make sure to come join us at Master the Market. There's going to be a link down below in the description for you to get signed up. Thanks again for watching, hope you enjoyed, and good luck with your trading.